The episode Mister Agreste is absolutely crazy, and I just can't stay quiet until I share all my thoughts and theories about it. So if you've got your snacks ready and you're just as hyped as I am, let's jump right into the video. Number 1. Ladybug's new unification with the snake Miraculous. Let's start with what might be the coolest transformation we've seen in years. In Mister Agreste, Marinette makes her decision to reveal the truth to Luca. She wants to tell him everything, including that Gabriel Agreste wasn't the hero the world now believes him to be, but the villain they fought against all along. To make this revelation safer, Marinette asks Luca to give the snake Miraculous. That way, if anything goes wrong, she can use its power to rewind time. Marinette unifies it with her own ladybug Miraculous, and then we see one of the most stunning unification in the series. As you know, normally Marinette's ladybug suit is simple, the classic red with black spots, the red mask, and the twin pigtails. In Season 6, her outfit got upgraded, but the unification with the snake Miraculous changes. The ends of her pigtails glow with a rich purple. Her eyes take on the sharp, bright yellow hue of a snake, making her look more dangerous. Her suit gains darker tones with purple highlights and snake scale patterns. Even the spots on her suit look sharper. This unification is also a little bit funny, because it almost makes Ladybug look akumatized. The darker tones and snake-like details give off a villain vibe, which is such a brilliant design choice. And honestly, once again, I have to say, this is probably the best unification style I've ever seen in Miraculous Ladybug. I really hope this isn't the last time we see Marinette use this combination, because it also has so much potential. Imagine what battles could look like if Ladybug had access to both creation and time manipulation at once. The possibilities are insane. Now I'm thinking if this unification could actually hint at Ladybug experimenting with other combinations more often in Season 6. So far, we've mostly seen temporary uses, but although it's temporary, this episode proves that it works so well. Personally, I think the writers are preparing us for a future arc where Marinette relies on multi-unifications as battles become more intense, just like the previous seasons. Number 2, the new KWAMI, Minoli. Now let's talk about the big reveal from the end credits, the brand new KWAMI, Minoli. At first glance, Minoli looks like a hummingbird. It's small, blue, and incredibly colorful, with wings that have the shades of pink, purple, and green. When you compare Minoli to Tiki, I actually see the resemblance. Same rounded eyes, same small body, but with very different parts. Now, what's even more fascinating is the rumor surrounding Minoli. It's said to appear in Brazil. This means we're not just meeting a new KWAMI, but potentially opening the door to a whole new miracle box, or at least a new set of Miraculouses tied to South America. Remember, we've seen the Chinese miracle box and even glimpses of others, but the world of Miraculouses is supposed to be huge. Minoli might just be the first step into exploring that. And think about it. If there's a hummingbird KWAMI, what else could exist? Maybe animals unique to Brazil or South America, jaguar, anaconda, macaw, capybara. This single reveal is enough for us to create 1,000 fan theories. If you ask me, I personally love this addition. Minoli is super cute, and yes, it does remind me of Tiki, but what excites me the most is the idea of exploring KWAMIs beyond Paris. It means the story is finally growing into something global, which fans have wanted for years. It feels like the writers are slowly setting up a bigger universe, and after the Shanghai and New York, Minoli might just be the start. Number 3, a new superhero and Luca's girlfriend, Irupe. Now let's talk about Irupe, the new girl who's already creating a lot of discussion in the fandom. Irupe is a Brazilian girl who appears to be Luca's new girlfriend. After Luca left Paris and moved to Brazil, the two met. But the drama about them is that their relationship is fake. Luca is still deeply in love with Marinette, and Irupe knows it. That's why they're pretending, to make it look like Luca has moved on. Now, normally, I'd say this is just unnecessary drama. But here's why Irupe is more important than she first appears. From the images, we can clearly see she wears a blue hummingbird necklace, which is tied directly to Minoli, the new KWAMI. That means Irupe isn't just Luca's fake girlfriend, she's also a superhero in her own right. And that explains a lot. When Ladybug visits Luca, Irupe already knows who she is. She even has a conversation with Minoli about whether Luca might have a Miraculous too. This small detail shows that Irupe is actually a trusted part of the superhero world, not just a background character. And I honestly like Irupe. She feels fresh, different, and she brings new energy to the story. Introducing a Brazilian heroine is also such a cool move, especially since it sets up the Brazil special we've been hearing about. But here's where I have to be honest. I don't like the fake relationship angle. It doesn't make sense for Luca's character long term. He deserves more than pretending, and eventually he needs to come back to Paris and find his real path. Number 4, Adrian's identity is in danger. Finally, let's talk about Adrian. In Mister Agreste, there's one of the most emotional and dangerous moments we've seen for his character. During the episode, an akumatized villain takes on the form of a massive Gabriel statue. The moment Adrian sees it, he freezes. You can see the shock written all over his face. This is such a powerful scene because Adrian's relationship with his father was already complicated. He lost Gabriel, but he never really got closure. So seeing his father's image again, huge and threatening, leaves him traumatized. But this isn't just an emotional scene, moreover, it's a dangerous one. When Natalie gets trapped by debris, Adrian runs away. And just moments later, Cat Noir appears on the scene. Now, this timing is suspicious. If Natalie starts to think carefully, she might put 2 and 2 together. Why did Adrian disappear? How did Cat Noir arrive so quickly without any warning? Heroes don't have a way of tracking Akumas instantly. And if Natalie connects the dots, Adrian's secret could be at risk. But it's not just Natalie we need to worry about. During the battle, Cat Noir's anger toward the Gabriel statue feels way too personal. He fights recklessly, almost shouting at it like it's really his father. Later, when he loses his Miraculous and sees the statue again, his civilian anger mirrors his superhero anger perfectly. And if there's anyone who would notice this, it's Cerise. She's already proven to be smarter than Gabriel, a true master at manipulation. If she notices Adrian's behavior in both forms, she could easily start suspecting his identity. This is honestly terrifying. Adrian's double life has always been fragile, but this is the closest we've ever come to seeing it break. If Natalie or Cerise start piecing things together, Adrian might not be able to hide forever. And the idea that Cerise could discover his identity before anyone else could completely change the direction of Season 6. Number 5. Secrets are revealing. Now let's get into something that truly blew my mind in this episode. The way secrets were revealed and then immediately erased by time rewinds. This is one of the craziest narrative choice, and honestly, it left me both excited and frustrated. There are actually 2 moments in the episode where the truth comes out, and both times it's wiped away. The first is with Luca in Paris. We finally learn the real reason why he left Paris, and it wasn't because of Chrysalis, or danger, or even a big external threat. It was because of Marinette. Luca still has strong feelings for her, and being around her, especially when she's with Adrian, was just too painful. That was his true reason for leaving. He admits it openly, and you can really see how honest and vulnerable he is in this moment. But then, the time is rewound, and suddenly Marinette doesn't remember a thing. And honestly, I hate this choice. Luca has always been one of the most mature, grounded characters in the show. He's been shown as someone who can handle his emotions with wisdom and rationality, even when it hurts. For him to confess like that, and then erase it, it feels unfair to his character. He deserved to be honest, and Marinette deserved to finally hear the truth. The second big reveal happens in Brazil. Just like I mentioned earlier when talking about Ladybug's unification with the snake Miraculous, Marinette makes the move of telling Luca everything. The truth about Gabriel, the truth about the Miraculous, all of it. And for a moment, it feels like this could completely change their dynamic. But Luca's reaction is not what I expected at all. Instead of stepping back or offering to help her carry the burden, he immediately becomes determined to solve things himself. He even says he'll take her Miraculous if he has to, because he believes that by doing so, he could protect her. I think what Luca really wanted wasn't just to take her Miraculous for safety. He wanted to reveal everything he knew, maybe even tell Adrian directly. And if something went wrong, he'd already be prepared to counter it using Viperian's time-rewinding powers. It's shocking because that's how dedicated he was. He was ready to step into the role of protector in a way no one else besides Alia has before. But again, it gets rewound. Marinette doesn't remember, and all of Luca's determination gets erased with it. Well, let's think about it. If Marinette remembered Luca's feelings from Paris, their relationship would no longer be just old friends with history. It would be out in the open that Luca still loves her, and Marinette would have to act accordingly. I know that it would be really hard for 2 of them, but at least they would be honest to each other. At least that's what I would prefer. So, in a way, the time rewinds feel like a safety net for the writers. They let us glimpse into a version of the story that's much heavier, riskier, and more emotional, but then erase it to keep the status quo. Still, the fact that they showed us these moments means they're planting seeds. Luca could very well be the next person after Alia to fully learn Marinette's secret, and I hope that this time there won't be a rewind to erase it. Okay, so there in short, what we have is Ladybug's breathtaking new unification with the snake Miraculous, the reveal of Minoli, the hummingbird KWAMI, the introduction of Irupe as both Luca's girlfriend and a new superhero, and Adrian's identity being more at risk than ever. I think we can agree that this episode is not a filler. It feels like a turning point. We're seeing new powers, new characters, and new dangers that could reshape the entire story. The video ends here. Thank you so much for watching. For more Miraculous videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment. See you!